Are you happy that you made that endorsement in 2020? Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no.
I'm glad. Welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. I'm glad that The Rock had enough courage to actually say that he's not going to endorse anybody. Now, the damage has been done, my man. And I think a lot of people are upset with him because he endorsed him, probably swayed a lot of people to vote for Joe Biden, and the guy ended up being a turd. And so I'm hoping that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, would be intelligent enough this time. But he said he wouldn't in the interview, that he wouldn't endorse anybody, and that he'll keep his politics to himself. Now, let me just say this because I want to do this in fairness. I don't know what it's like to be that famous. I didn't get famous being neutral, doing WWE and acting on movies and doing Moana and all that kind of stuff, making hundreds of millions of dollars just being an actor and stuff. So, and an impartial person when it comes to politics. I don't know what it's like to have that level of success. Many would argue he's the most popular person in the world. He is. He's the most followed person in the world by far. He had to have been one of the most popular people in the world. So I understand why he could potentially be apprehensive to exposing himself to being polarizing. You have hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, potentially, that you can end up screwing up because you are now diving into something that you didn't start doing. You didn't do at the start of your career. So I get it. But I do think, in my opinion, as a person with that much clout, that you should be open to explaining to the people who you're voting for or why you are voting. Like, what are the things that you're looking for? Just put this in perspective. If I was The Rock and I knew that our country was going in the wrong direction, like I knew it. It's not my opinion. I know. Wouldn't it be in my best interest to say, hey, let me put some facts out on the table and you make the decision on your own? But in good faith, I need to put this stuff out there. Because if I think our economy is getting ready to die, taxes are way too high, that affects my bottom line. And so why wouldn't I, in a strategic way, say, this is what I consider when I vote? And maybe you'll get people thinking. You don't have to tell them how to vote, but maybe you give them some information. Maybe even put out a forum, pay to advertise facts and different things that you think would be conducive for people who are voting to know. What would you tell your own children? What would you tell people you love? Would you let the country go down the path of communism because you don't want to get into politics? I mean, I think that doesn't make sense. So I'm hoping that The Rock at some point will find it in himself to say, either this election is consequential or it's not. Either in this election, we're going to go to communism in a country we cannot recognize, or we're going to recover this thing. And as a person like him, it's in your best interest to be a light in a dark place. But clearly he's not a Christian, so it may not be a sentiment that he associates with.